Good morning, myself Mohammad Wasim, Assistant Professor at NIT College, Greater Noida. Today we are going to study about computer networks, the basics of computer networks, how everything works in computer networks. So we are going to start with that. Let's see what computer is all about. So we have
Go.
this is the complete syllabus of computer network. First is introduction, second is goals and applications of networks, categories of networks, organization of internet, ISP that is internet service provider, the SI reference model, TCP, IP protocol suite that is transmission control protocol, internet protocol suite, network devices and components, mode of communication, physical layer, network topology design, and types of connection, LAN, MAN, and WAN that is local area network, metropolitan area network, and wide area network. Next is signal transmission and encoding, network performance and transmission impairment. The next one is switching techniques and multiplexing, and the last one is IEEE standards.
Go.
So before understanding computer networks and how it's working, we have to sum up prerequisite. One is computer concept. So we must have a basic concept of how computer works, what devices are connected to computer, and how the processing and tasks is carried out. Second one is operating system. We should have a knowledge of operating system, what operating system and how it works. Third one is knowledge of programming language. For the implementation part in laboratory and other things, we have need some language, any language like Java, C for implementation part, you must have knowledge of programming language. Last one is digital logics and design. And for study of computer networks, we must also have a basic requirement of BLE digital logic. So for all this, we must have all the knowledge of this concept before studying the actual concept of the computer network.
Go.
We are going to study about the brief introduction of computer networks. First is computer network is a group of devices connected with each other through a transmission medium such as wires, cables, or etc. So what is computer network? Computer is basically we have different devices connected with connected through links or
Go.
brief introduction of the subject. We are going to having a brief introduction about computer networks. Basically, computer network is a group of devices connected with each other through a transmission medium such as wires, cables, and etc. In a computer network, we have devices like printers, scanners, mainframe computers, servers, and clients, and these devices are connected through links or medium called as wires or cables. So, purpose of the computer is to send and receive data stored in other devices or the network. The purpose of computer network is to transmit the data and receive the data within the network we have created. That is the computer network. Topic objective is to understand the basic concepts of computer interconnection, how devices are connected, and what the concept behind that. Second one is network devices with different topology. I mean, what are the devices connecting the computer network, and what are different physical topology that have been associated with that. Next one is medium of transmission use, and what medium we are using, what links we are using, what cables we are using for transmission purpose. Next one is SI reference model and TCP/IP model reference. We are going to study about this reference model also. And the last one is the LAN, WAN, and MAN concept. The local area network concept, metropolitan area network concept, and wide area network concept. So what is communication? Communication basically they share the information. If you are sharing the information, it means we are communicating. Okay. Data refers to any information. Data can be anything like audio, video, picture, image, anything that can be considered as a data in the computer network. Data communication, exchange of data between two devices by some transmission medium. We have a transmission medium and we are transferring the data from that very medium. It means that we are transferring the data that is to the basic concept of the computer network. Effectiveness of data communication depends on these are the factors on which effectiveness of the transmission of the computer network depends upon. First one is delivery, means how far the data has been delivered by the system, by the network. Second is accuracy, how accurate the data we have transmitted has been received by us. Third is timeliness. It means on time we have the time we have allotted in that very time the data has been delivered or not. And next one is jitter. It means the difference in the fluctuation in the arrival time of the data packet is known as the jitters.
Go.
So computer network is the interconnection of two or more computers that are able to exchange information. For example, we have two computers and they are connected in such a way that we are able to exchange information between them. Then we can decide that we have established a computer network. Next is network is set of devices connected by communication links. For connecting any devices, any computer will need links or connection. That is called as bias or cable. That is called as communication link. Next one is the computer will be connected by any data communication link. It can be fiber optical cable, coaxial cable, any kind of data link cable can be used for the connection of the internet or for connection of the computer basically. Computer can be personal or mainframe. Computer can be of different types. It can be a personal computer or it can be a very huge computer like a mainframe computer. Second, next one is the computer network may be located anywhere in the world and its size can vary. The size of the computer network can vary and it can be located anywhere in the world. Inter-process communication, what is inter-process communication? Message is passing to the same machine as a certain by the operator. Inter-process communication between the process. For example, we have two systems or a single system and we have processes, applications in them, and the communication between those two processes is called as the inter-process communication. Next one is client-server model. For example, we have a client here, for example, a particular client is there, a server is there. It is requesting some data from the client and is transferring to that server is called as the client-server model in the computer network.
Go.
Now we are going to study about the components of the computer network. First one is message. What is message? Information to be communicated. Means whatever the information we need to transfer and receive is called as a message. It can be anything. It is visual in the form of bits. It can be images, pictures, audios, and videos. Next one is sender. Device that sends the data. Whatever the computer that is sending the data to the other device or the destination device is called as the sender. Next one is the receiver. The device that is receiving the data is called as the receiver. Transmission medium, and the medium through which this process of communication is taken place is called as transmission medium. It can be a very set of cables or wires or links. Next one is protocol. There are some standard rules for the communication purpose. That rules has to be adhered by that computer network, and that rule are called as protocols. A set of rules that govern data communication to make it understand by the sender and receiver. Types of signal. There are basically two types of signal. First one is analog signal, telephones, which is used in telephones and radio waves. And in digital signal we have computers. So these are two types of signals we have studied.
Go.
So now we have data representation. First text, bit pattern sequence. What is it? For example, if we transmit a data, it is basically in the form of bit pattern 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0 like that. That is called as the bit pattern, sequence of bits basically. Set of bits, code, processes, coding. Means whatever the bits we have is basically in the process of coding. Numbers, we have a number system. Images, matrix of pixels. We have pixels from a combination of both. We can create the image. And size of the pixel depends upon the resolution. How clear the picture, that depends upon the resolution. And audio is basically a continuous signal, and video is continuous in combination of images.
Go.
Now we are going to study about the functionality. So network functionality can be of two types. One is mandatory and second one is optional. That one which is obligatory is required is called as mandatory, and optional can be there and cannot be there. Mandatory case we have error control, flow control, and mugs and debug. Error control basically if we transmit any data, then there can be errors in the message. So to tackle with those error data is called an error control. Flow control, for example, we have transmitting data from a channel. It should not be overloaded with the data. There should be a specific bandwidth to cope up with that. That is called a flow control, and we have multiplexer and demand multiplexer for the conversion of the data signals. Now optional we have encryption and decryption. Means encoding and decoding basically is called encryption, decryption. Checkpoint, at various locations we have checkpoints to test whether the data has been transmitted is correct or not. That is called as the checkpoints.